Okay, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to eliminate objects, this time using Photoshop if you don't have the latest version of Lightroom. And because I have the latest version of Photoshop, it's going to be there's going to be another menu that comes out, and you're not going to get that if you have an older version of Photoshop, but don't worry about it. The process is pretty much the same. So let me share my screen and go back to Lightroom again. Okay, so this is the original photo in Lightroom, and we're going to edit this now in Photoshop. I'm going to go take this from Lightroom to Photoshop, but you can go straight from your card and drag it into Photoshop and do it that way if you want. But if you have it in Lightroom already, then go to select the photo and go up to Photo and edit in Photoshop. So edit in whatever version of Photoshop you have. So I'll click that. And that will launch Photoshop, and you'll see your photo here. Now, the first thing that's important is that you make this a editable layer. So double click on this and make this layer 0. And then you're going to use your lasso tool. And we'll get this guy out first. So I will do a selection around here. Just go to the edge and come straight up and connect it. So you see the selection there. And then you're going to go to Edit and Content Aware Fill. And there it is. Now this menu that's coming out here, this preview menu here, this whole interface, you can see that this interface is different than Photoshop. You'll probably not get if you have an older version of Photoshop, but if you have a new version of Photoshop, you get this preview. And basically what the preview does is it kind of gives you a sample of what it's going to look like. And it's going to say, is this what you want? Do you want to make modifications to this? Whatever. And this is looking fine. I mean, I can't tell that he's there. So I'm going to click OK. And then he's gone. I'm going to do Command D for deselect. And that looks pretty good. And so now the next thing I'm going to do is go back to the lasso tool again and do this guy. So I'm going to just do a little selection around him. Again, same thing, go up to Edit, Content Aware Fill. Okay. And, oh, I know what I have to do is I have to select layer 0 here, not this layer here. I have to select layer 0. Okay, so layer 0 and now Edit, Content Aware Fill. And it kind of says, is this good? And this looks pretty good to me. I mean, I can't tell any difference. So I'm going to click OK. And now he's out of there. And I'll do Command D to deselect. And so I have both of them out now. And it looks okay. And now usually what you do from Photoshop, if you brought it in from Lightroom, all you have to do is just do a save, Command S, just do Command S. And I'll do Command S, and it's saving down here. You can see it say saving, and it's going to save it back to Lightroom. So if I go back to Lightroom, I'll see this version here. This was the original version with the 2 in there, and this is the version that came back from Photoshop. And then you can go on and do your, rest of your enhancements from that. So that's the way to do it in Photoshop, as opposed to doing it in Lightroom. If you have the new version of Lightroom, you can do it all in Lightroom, no problem. But if you have older versions of Lightroom and Photoshop, then you can do it this way with Content Aware Fill. Content Aware Fill is in Photoshop. It's been in Photoshop for a long time, so chances are you'll have that version. Okay, so that is it. Signing off.